And we're back. Mike, CernovichExchangeReplay.com, Gorilla Mindset, engaging with encrypted conversation with Julius right here. This is encrypted. What's going on, people? Told you. Paul Joseph Watson told you. We all told you. We told you Michael Hastings was murdered. Proved it. People go, Mike, the CIA can't hack your car. They can't hack your car. Conspiracy theory. We now have confirmation that Michael Hastings was murdered. His car was hacked. I've been telling people, it's amazing. I've been telling people for years, the CIA can hack your car. They can hack the electronics, speed you right into a tree. People go, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Mechanics told me you can do this. So basically what Vault 7 is doing, well, let's take a step back. Whoa, hold on, let me get the dog here. What is Vault 7 doing? Vault 7 is telling you what all the WikiLeaks are telling you. Look me in the eye. Do I look like an honest man? I'm an honest man. WikiLeaks is, all they're doing, well, I don't want to say all, that is dismissive. WikiLeaks is telling you what we've been telling you for years. Media conspiracies. The Podesta email proved that the media conspires with the DNC to rig elections, right? Proved it. Where's the media coverage on Vault 7? Where is it? They didn't want to cover it until it becomes so big on social media that they have to, right? They don't want to cover it. They want to ignore it. WikiLeaks is proving now the CIA can hack everything. The Internet of Things is a terrible idea. Exactly. What is the Internet of Things? The Internet of Things says you're lighting your car. Lumos, what's that new lighting speaker system now that you can plug into your what do you call it? Into your wall sockets, right? They are now, the tech companies are conspiring with CIA to spy on you every time you move around. That's why the tech companies are pro-Hillary Clinton. Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Eric Schmidt, the Google people, they are in an open conspiracy with the deep state to spy on us. That's why they're pro-Hillary Clinton. Lumos, I think that's what you call it, right? They now are spying on everything you do. What is Alexa? Oh, isn't that nice? You can tell Alexa to order you some new toilet paper. Order some condoms on Alexa. Hey, Alexa, order me more condoms. What is that really? Jeff Bezos has a $600 million contract with the CIA. That's all going to CIA. Everything in Alexa is going to CIA. Everything with Samsung going to CIA. They have it all, guys. They have it all. And, you know, what can you do? That's why I voted for Trump. Trump is the only hope. Trump is the only hope that we have. What else do we find out? Okay. Signal was not hacked per se, but they can hack into your Signal. So Signal, by the way, is an encrypted application that you can use, and it's what I use. I don't text message. Don't ever text me, bro. Don't ever send me a text message. Hit me up only on Signal. Signal, there are reports that Signal has been hacked. Not true, but if they hack into your phone, that is the way to get into Signal. My phone was hacked like 2 years ago. There are all kinds of nudes of me and everything that the deep state has, thinking they'll embarrass me. But all it did would make me look cool, so they never released it. They hacked my stuff way back when. It was like, I don't know, 18 months ago. But the only thing that they would have found would make me look, you know, pretty cool. So they never released it. It's just the way it is. That's the good thing about being sort of on the outskirts of legitimacy, is if they posted my nudes, you know, I wouldn't care. Like, okay, I looked pretty good in them pictures, you know. What are you gonna do? Can't blackmail me. Come on, trying to blackmail me with something like that. Get out of here. Media does not want to cover Vault 7. The same way with the Podesta emails. The media doesn't want to cover any of this stuff. By the way, hit the like button. Let's get them likes up. We're building up this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. John Schindler. Here we go. We've been breaking this story wide open. Have you guys heard of this guy, 20 Committee? 20, hit the like button. His name is 20 Committee. John Schindler, I think is his real name. I don't know who these people are, but I do my research. So John Shindig. John Shindig. I don't want to tell you, but I'm going to give you a brief overview of this guy. There's a guy on Twitter who's deep state, and he tries to talk trash on me, Mike Cernovich, dangerplay.com, Gorilla Mindset, and he calls himself a spy. As a married man, and I don't know, a lot of people have arrangements. A lot of people have, you never really know what kind of arrangement people have. Although he's kind of a dork, I can't imagine somebody like him. Yeah, I can't. He's a beta male, right? Different rules, but he sent cock shots of himself while he was married to other women. Now, let me tell you why that's important. He has been compromised. He is actually working for deep state. He is. Here's why. And he's probably working for the Saudis. Let me tell you why. Has anybody here ever had OPSEC training or military intelligence training? Right? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you've ever had OPSEC training, military intelligence training. Raise your hand. Some of us have. One of the things they will tell you is that infidelity is a security breach. Because if you're caught cheating by the spies and they put you in a honeypot, then they can bring that to your wife. That's how they control people. Infidelity is a major OPSEC breach. So we now know that John Schindler, Mr. Twitter spy, Mr. Deep State, Mr. I Hate Russia, we now know that he was engaging in infidelity activities. So I bet you the Saudis or somebody set up a honeypot operation on him and that he was compromised years ago. Because if you're so dumb that you're at the Naval War College, you're teaching at the Naval War College. You're teaching at the Naval War College. And you're married and you're sending pictures of your erect member over text, not even encrypted. He wasn't even using Whisper. He didn't even use Snapchat, just basic texting. Then you've been busted before. So I guarantee you that John Schindler was caught up in some kind of honeypot operation and that he is definitely working for who knows who, but not the American people, because he totally was caught in a honeypot operation. So you can bet that he is anti-America, working against the people. That's why, and then he tried to make fun of me on, I like when these guys try to make fun of me on Twitter. You're not going to find me sending cock shots to people, right? Like, it's like this. You call yourself, you claim to have all these intelligence connections, and you claim that you're a big shot and you're a spy, and you're sending cock shots via text message to people. You don't get to talk about Mike Cernovich, dangerplay.com, Gorilla Mindset. You got to go play the little kid table, because you're not on my level. Unbelievable, these people. And then the media treats them like experts. The media doesn't say, well, hey, imagine you're a journalist, right? And a guy comes and he goes, you know what? I'm connected to Intel. I'm deep state, bro. I got all this going on, right? He goes, I'm a spy, cloak and dagger type shit. Cloak and dagger, bro. You Google a guy's name and you can find text messages of his erect penis. Anybody like me who's actually had intel training would say, well, that guy is definitely a front for someone else, right? That's just anybody who's had, basic training in intelligence, as I had, counter-espionage training, would be like, well, that guy surely was compromised. You can't believe anything that guy is telling you. He got compromised. Major OPSEC, his security clearance would be pulled, OPSEC risk, right? But so how's the media treat that guy like a legitimate expert? It's fake news. That's the whole point. That's how you know it's all fake news. Anybody would tell you that a guy sending cock shots via text message, unsecured, is 100% compromised by honeypot operations. Reality. reality. So Vault 7 is still coming out. By the way, it was a Danger and Play reader, Guerrilla Mindset reader. Let me show you. Cernovich Media, meaning me, revealed to you that it was going to be a CIA operation. I'll prove it to you guys. I'll prove it to you. So we had an intrepid, am I using that word correctly? We had an intrepid reader of Cernovich Media. An intrepid reader. If I'm not using it correctly, let me know. So an intrepid reader, a very smart man, at 1080p, what he did, this is the kind of stuff my people do, right? See, we're on real journalism hours here. We're on real OPSEC hours. We're on real Cloak and Dagger hours. So Wikipedia tweeted this out, right? An intrepid Cernovich Media changed the contrast. That's the CIA tower. CIA. So if you were following Cernovich Media last night, you knew it was about the CIA before, right? This was retweeted last night. Right away, you follow Cernovich Media before anything even happens. You know, look, you can look at the timestamp. See, this is the difference between Cernovich Media and fake news media. It's like red pill, blue pill. When you're with me, you're like, I talked, my banker recognized me, right? I was at the bank. He goes, are you the journalist Mike Cernovich? And I go, oh, hey. I consider myself Guerrilla Mindset author, but hey, journalist too. This is what people see. This is the image people see. You see black on white. Okay, black on white. That is what the filter. But when you follow Cernovich Media, that is the matrix. I mean, you want a better look? You want a better metaphor of me versus the fake news media, me versus John Schiller, me versus all these people. That's what they're going to show you. You follow Cernovich Media, you know right away. How mind-blowing is that? Think about that. Think about that. How mind-blowing is that? We knew before bed it was about the CIA. Right? Everybody else is going, what is in Vault 7? What is Vault 7? We knew before bed. CIA. How do we know it? Because we're on some next level inside the Matrix shit. That's why you have to be careful when you read me. You got to be careful when you talk about me. Because we're so inside the Matrix that we're talking to people seeing the world in black and white. Right? They see Vault 7 on a black image. That's their reality. So when we go, no, actually, there's a statue there, and that statue's at the CIA headquarters. Right? The statue. See? You can read next level shit. Here, let me show you. The image is a picture of the crypto sculpture at CIA headquarters. This is all last night. And, of course, I retweeted that. See? So last night, if you followed Cernovich Media, then you knew CIA. Think about that. That's why people say Cernovich Twitter today is the news tomorrow. The news, right? Whatever's on Twitter, you know, usually you got to wait months, sometimes years. So we knew right away before bed it was CIA. That's just the way we live. It's how we live. By the way, collarless shirts, I've talked about this before. I'm telling you, the women will agree with me. What do you think, Julius? What do you think about? Look how big he's getting. Oh. So fashion tip. Collarless shirts. They're in. Every woman will tell you, you got to wear the collar, you know. It's a newer look too. It's a little fashion forward. What most guys don't know, women, they like a little fashion forward. Collarless shirt's a little fashion forward. You get the collarless shirt, and then you get the reflective glasses. And you're pretty much, you know, you're pretty much set. It helps to be in shape. You got to hit the gym. You got to do more. But, and then if you add the puppy to the picture, then it's like, come here. Come here, Julius. Come on. Up. Here, I'll show you. This is unstoppable. if you got the collarless shirt, you got the reflective glasses, and then you got the puppy. Come on. This right here, this is unstoppable right here. This is real news right here. This is real news right here. You got the teddy bear dog, the collarless shirt, and you got the reflective glasses. You're in it to win it. See, you come to Cernovich Media to talk about Vault 7, and you leave with life tips. Why? Because everything's connected. What people don't know is that everything is connected. Everything is about the search for truth. The truth on every level. Right? So people don't realize. Once you search the truth about women, about the CIA, it's all connected because the media lies. The media tells you that women like weak men. They tell you Cernovich is a monster. The stuff they write about me, the stuff that all these little fake news journalists write about me, right? The stuff that all the fake news people write about me, right? Oh, I'm a monster, I'm scary. Well, they want to emasculate men. They want men to be weak. Why? Easier for mind control. Can you mind control strong men? Can you mind control strong men? Right? It's a lot harder. Can you, if you're George Soros, take control of a country where the men are willing to fight back? Which brings us to based stick man. Based stick man has grown. Legal Defense Fund is at, I'll tell you, $68,000. Look at that. Based stick man. American hero. American hero. $68,000. And you know what a lot of people said? You know how many, because a lot of CIA people are lying about me, right? They go, Mike, you tried to attach your brand to the base stick man. Attach my brand? Who do you think told Chuck Johnson to set up the bounty? People go, Cernovich, you tried to attach your brand to the base stick man. Even though I put up my own money. Who do you think told Chuck Johnson to set it up? How do you think that crowdfund even happened? Right? I set the thing up. Put my own money in. That tells you how much CIA is opposed to me. That the CIA is trying to say, oh, I'm using him by putting my own money up, by setting up bounties. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. They're trying now, the CIA, they're trying now to say that I'm not actually involved in a lawsuit with Jeffrey Epstein. You can find the court records. What are you going to do? That's why I said don't believe anything you hear about me unless it comes to me. It's all fabricated. All right, we got a caller from New Jersey. How you doing, dude?
Good, Mike. How you doing? Thank you for taking the call.
You're welcome.
I'm hearing myself on feedback. I don't know if you could fix that or not. It seems to have stopped. You still got me?
I got you, homie.
Okay. Just in reference to Base Stickman very quickly, I think what you're seeing with Base Stickman is a natural progression in response to the terrorism that has been committed by the left and has been funded by powerful moneyed interests. But my question yesterday, and I talked about it, was when is our government, when is the Trump administration going to step in and investigate these groups before Base Stickman evolves into Base Rifleman? I mean, this is a crisis situation. These people, this is a natural self-defense. You know, this guy could reasonably believe his life would be in danger to practice his First Amendment.
You said it all. To ask the question is to answer it. To ask the question, you know, that's the whole thing. I've told people, all my predictions come true. And I told people that political violence is going to be normalized. And I go, once the left normalizes it, then our team is going to do it and we're going to do it better. Like, we're going to do it, and we're going to do it better. Not only that, but we are going to use it. You know, I'm not going to use it. I'll get banned from YouTube. But if you ever watch the movie Training Day, they're going to push your, as a metaphor, right? They are going to get smashed. And so I've told my liberal friends, I go, look here, guys. Look here, guys. You have no idea that once you unleash this force, I can't even stop it. I can't control it.
Right.
Once you unleash it.
And look how restrained we've been up until this point. We've accepted assassinations of police.
Yep.
We've accepted destruction of college campuses. We've accepted assaults of women with deadly weapons. Pepper spraying elderly people, which is elder abuse, which is a hate crime. We have been restrained until this point. Where is Jeff Sessions on an investigation? Why is Sheriff Clark not in the White House and a special counsel to deal with these domestic rioting groups? This is going to escalate, is my point.
Hit the like button if you think this caller is on point. If you think this caller, this is why I take why I take calls. He's better than I am. This guy needs his own show. People who call in this show are actually better than I am. It's amazing, really. It shows the power of teamwork, right? When you
Mike, those are kind words. Those are kind words. That's extremely high praise. I was with you at the Bull Moose, and I was with you at the brunch in D.C. We shared a couple words, and you know, you're an inspirational guy, and you know, you inspired me to really you know, start to speak about these issues, which, you know, I've been paying attention to for a long time, and I don't want to take up all your airspace. But I just want to say, today, Alex Jones is the most vindicated man in the American media, in my opinion. What we've seen with the Vault 7 is absolutely unbelievable. The pervasive and anti-Fourth Amendment infrastructure that they've created, and they've used it to abuse the Trump campaign, is outrageous. And in my opinion, we need a new constitutional amendment to reaffirm the Fourth Amendment, which has been shredded. And we need to ban this mass-scale domestic surveillance. We need to dissolve the NSA, reform and defound the CIA, demolish the data hub in Utah, and ban the construction of those types of data hubs in the future. This is anti-constitutional, what they've done.
And moreover, you know, what you said is all true, but to bring you back to an earlier point, what he told me, we met in D.C., we're meeting in real life. That's what the left doesn't realize now, is that we are meeting in real life everywhere. All I am now is a big node, a network node, getting other people connected. That $65,000 for the Legal Defense Fund for Bay Stickman. We take care of our own. So what I've been doing, because I know they're going to try to kill me soon. You know, they've already tried to frame me, and I got some other, you know, news I'll break a little bit later. But as long as I put everybody together, then the network becomes bigger than me. And then if they kill me, it doesn't matter. You can't kill an idea. You can't kill freedom. You can't kill enthusiasm. So that's the thing. But if they do kill me, we will take our revenge. That's another thing, because I was actually approached by Deep State when I was in New York. And what I told them is, I said, just so you know, I have a list of people that if anything happens to me, then these people, 5 people, are going to get blamed. I'm not going to say who they are. And I'm not going to say anybody would do anything. But if anything happens to me, then I told them, I go, there are 5 people that will be blamed for what happens to me. So they better, and I'm not going to name them because I want them to all to know it could be them. Maybe they're on it. So we're not such an easy target. That's what they don't understand. We are meeting in real life. Bull Moose Party, right? Big crowd, right?
Absolutely. It was great. It was fantastic. And not only was it great to be around other people with like ideas, and it's very refreshing, because I contend that the fact that we Trump supporters are afraid to support our president in public is proof positive that domestic terrorism has occurred. I think it's irrefutable. But it's refreshing to be in a room with Trump supporters and then to have networks, because I met a couple of people down there, and I won't say his name, but I met a guy who, you know, who's friends with some of your friends, and, you know, we're trying to network a little bit, and I'm trying to build my own little small, you know, platform and grow it, and I wouldn't shout it out, you know, without your permission, because, you know, we're respectful people. But, you know, it was a great opportunity to meet some people, and, you know, it really propelled me to really decide, hey, I want my voice to get out there, and I want to get involved to whatever extent that I can. And I hope that you're being careful. I know you bought a car, you talked about it on YouTube, You know, I don't know about these new cars. I mean, we just learned from Vault 7 that the CIA can turn your car into a missile. So I hope you're being careful.
Right, and what he mentions too is how many people build up more platforms than I do, right? I'm always retweeting the little guy. If you ever, the little guy, I don't like that to put it that way, but you'll notice if you go on my timeline, I'm always retweeting people. 200 followers, 500 followers. I'm always trying to build people up because the power is in the mass network. The power is in, okay, because here's what the deep state wants. Let a few people like me have a big platform. And then if you take me out, you end the movement, right? What I do is I'm constantly retweeting people, building people up, linking to people, linking to unknown sites, linking to people who don't have a voice, taking in callers to spread the message. That way, we become much more powerful.
Absolutely, and MAGA meetups is going to be a great thing. It's going to be effective. It's going to be effective.
March 25th in Huntington Beach.
We're doing is great, Mike, and we all appreciate it. I hope that you know that.
Thank you. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, Mike.
MAGA meetups. That is why. That's the next step. That's what I've been telling people. I'll tell people what I've been doing. I'll tell you my agenda. What's my agenda? We get the big social media. We control the media. We control the news cycle, right? Then we bring people together. The deplorable. The biggest party inauguration week. Everybody said, Mike, this was the best, right? CPAC. We throw another event. We throw the Bull Moose party at CPAC. Now, I don't want to shade Breitbart. This isn't a quote from me. Breitbart used to have the best party at CPAC. Everybody wanted the Breitbart ticket invite. Right? Well, I had a party at the same time as Breitbart. I didn't mean it to be that way, but Breitbart never invited me to their party. Which is interesting. You'd think Breitbart would have invited me to their party. Weird that they didn't do that, you know. Weird that they didn't invite me to their party. But, so I didn't know they had a party. And because of that, I threw a party at the same time as Breitbart. Well, everybody said my party was better than Breitbart's. No offense to them because I'm pro-Breitbart, don't get me wrong. I'm not shading Breitbart. I'm just telling you the truth, which is that everybody said that we're the thing now. Our movement is the future. Our movement is now the future. All right, we're going to take some more calls. We got a... Hold on, let me see if you can hear me. Joining conference now.
Joining conference now. This
how you doing?
This is being recorded by the organizer.
How you doing? Florida, how you doing? I got a caller from Florida. Is that you?
Is that me, Mike?
That is you. You got to mute it.
Brother? Nice to see you again. I missed your last episode, but I'm happy that I got to tune in today.
Yeah, welcome. I was going to have one last night and I fell asleep. Go ahead. I'm listening.
It's absolutely the truth. You're going way beyond what Breitbart's ever dreamed of. They did have some good leaders. Those leaders are gone, and in my opinion, they've fallen behind.
Well, you know, that's the thing. I have a big story about Breitbart that I'm sitting on because I don't want to shade them. But, oh yeah, mute the live stream on YouTube. We got a little background going on.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, no, all good. Yeah. So I can hear you.
Sorry about that.
No, all good. I make the same mistake. Hey, Julius, come on over here. That is, it's funny. My dog thinks there's a dog barking, but it's your dog. I'm gonna mute you for a sec. So I've been talking to a lot of people at Breitbart, and here's what has happened. Ever since Steve Bannon left, they say that Breitbart is now being run by lawyers. This is a direct quote. So Breitbart is now becoming risk-averse and less aggressive. So people within Breitbart, many people have told me that Breitbart is now becoming too lawyer-heavy and not journalistic heavy. They're not, and I think we all kind of feel it. I mean, and again, I don't want to shade him because I'm pro Breitbart. So I'm just providing constructive feedback. Breitbart before the election was much more aggressive, right? Remember before the election, Breitbart would go after Fox News, and they would go after Paul Ryan. They were really hitting hard. Now, you know, you feel it. You feel it. So that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to shade Breitbart. You know, I don't want to criticize them too much, but I do want constructive criticism for them. By the way, we are taking some calls. You can call in at 866-438-1487. I'll say that one more time. 866-438-1487. Go ahead and give me a call. Polarized glasses, how you doing? I read the chat the whole time, guys. Wish I could call. I'm at work right now. Well, we'll have a later night show. This is an impromptu bonus episode. Bullshit, Mike. What is bullshit? I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Don't know what bullshit is. Really? Is he talking by, I don't know what you're saying? I do read the comments, guys. Anybody suing City of Berkeley regarding the riots? I met with, well, attorney-client privilege. So I met with some people who were victimized at the Berkeley riots, and it's up to them to decide what they want to talk about, what they do. That's me in lawyer mode. As lawyer mode, what people tell me, I can't really repeat it, but people definitely are making progress in that regard. I think Andrew Breitbart would be very proud of you, Mike. Thanks. Interesting thing with Breitbart. This is how much of a newbie I was to politics. Here's how much of a newbie I was to politics. A year ago, I didn't know who Andrew Breitbart was. This is how new I was. I was all about guerrilla mindset, man. I was all about guerrilla mindset, going to the gym. And, you know, I talked a lot about women. What can you say, dude? You know, beautiful women make the world a better place, for sure. So do nice women. I'm very pro. I like women. I don't like feminists, which people don't. It's hard for people to understand the difference. People like Lindy West and Jezebel, they're disgusting people. That isn't really women. They're not really human beings. So I'm very much love women. But I would criticize really nasty people, and they want to say that's a criticism of women. No, no, no. They aren't women. They aren't human beings. Lena Dunham is not a human. She's disgusting. Anyway, people go, Mike, you remind me of Andrew Breitbart. And I go, who's Andrew Breitbart? Swear, true story. People go, Mike, you remind me of Andrew. And I heard that over and over and over again. And I go, I don't even know who Andrew Breitbart is, man. So I had to Google it to find out who Andrew Breitbart was. So here's what's ironic. Here's what's ironic. Because I entered this game new, fresh eyes, which is also why I was so effective. Because I didn't know what CPAC was until the deplorable. I didn't know what people go, hey, Mike, do you want to have a party during CPAC? And I go, I don't know what CPAC is, right? Because I don't know any of this stuff. So here's what's ironic. People like Lee Stranahan always go, I was friends with Andrew Breitbart. Me and Andrew Breitbart, good friend. Me and Andrew Breitbart, we were the best of buddies and good. Nobody is saying that they remind him of Andrew Breitbart, right? All the people who hate on me, who claim that Andrew Breitbart was their friend, nobody's saying, you remind me of Breitbart. They all say I do. That's why they hate me. Because all they can do is say, I knew Andrew Breitbart. And I think, but what have you done with your life? What have you actually done? Oh, you knew Andrew Breitbart. Well, great, congratulations, buddy. You want a pat on the back, namaste. Good for you. But why, if you knew Breitbart so well, why does nobody say you're a hellraiser? Hellraiser. People want to know how old I am. I'm 39. I'm 39, but here's what I would say if we were in real life. People go. How old are you? And then you got to go. How old do you think I am? Right? How old do you think I am? You can't just answer questions directly. One thing you'll learn if you're talking to women, you never answer a direct question. They get bored with that. This is just a life tip. So most guys, you go on a first date and you're just like, well, hello, how are you? How are you, right? And then a woman will be like, well, how old are you? What is your goals? What is your aspirations? And they'll say, well, how old are you? That's boring. Never answer a question directly. You just say, well, how old do you think I am? And then they'll say that. And then you go, well, that's a good guess. And then you kind of move on. Right? Why? Because that's fun. Women like to have fun. Women don't like to be bored. Answering questions like in a check-the-box manner is not fun. You got to have a little mystery in your life, a little intrigue, a little drama. Women like mystery. Who is this person? I don't know. Who is that mysterious man? It's hard. Now, the fake news people who criticize me, they don't realize that women enjoy that mystery, that intrigue. Confession. I'm going to blame it on Shauna. Confession, though. There was a show called The Sur, S-U-R, or something. What the hell is it called? There's some kind of reality show that happened to be on a television where I was in the same room. And this girl went on a date with a guy. And she said, I meant to clip that segment out because it was so true. She goes, you're on the line. Thanks, bro. Don't be a pest. I'll get to you when I feel like it. Right? I'll get to your call when I feel like it. Don't tell me to get to your call. You probably are like that with women, and then you wonder why they're afraid of you. You can't be needy. Don't be thirsty. I know I'm going to get to the calls. Don't get me wrong. I love taking calls. But you're probably that guy who, when you text a girl and she doesn't text back in 5 minutes, you're like, why aren't you texting me back? Don't be thirsty. I'm talking right now. We're having fun. We like to talk about a lot of wide-ranging subjects because everything is connected. Everything is connected. So this reality show, hey, Shauna? No, she can't hear me. This girl goes on a blind date, though. And she went on a blind date with a guy, very cute guy. I'll say this. The show is based out of, here, tell me what's the show called, guys? It's a reality show. I think it's based in California. There's a restaurant called, like, S-U-R or something. And there's an older woman who's kind of the queen bee at the beginning of it. And they're like young, good-looking people who are waiting tables. No. They were, hold on, I'm getting annoyed now. Vanderpump Rules. There you go. All right. We got another degenerate here. Vanderpump Rules. So it was Vanderpump Rules, and there's this blonde girl, goes on a date with a guy, and he's very good-looking. Better looking than I am. Younger. You would look at that guy and think, I bet you that guy is just swimming in it. And they went on a date, and at the end of the date, she goes, well, I thought going into the date, I wanted a nice guy who wasn't a murderer, but I kind of wish he was more of a murderer. It was a great clip. I meant to clip it out. Danger and play. That's why my whole blog is called Danger and Play. That's why when fake news media people try to blast me, I'm thinking, all you're doing is telling women that I'm a kind of a dangerous guy. I'm a little bit scary. You don't realize that builds my brand, right? So they think, oh yeah, Cernovich, he's kind of a dangerous guy, might be a killer, might be a murderer, whatever. That's doing me a favor, right? All that does is build my brand. Because like that woman said at Vanderpump Rules, she's like, well, I don't want a straight out murderer, but I don't want a straight up, nice guy too, boring guy. They want in between. She even said, I don't want a murderer, but maybe I want a guy who's like manslaughter. It was a great clip. I mean, you want to talk about nailing the dynamics of gender, right? Women don't want a full-on straight, lunatic, but they don't want... This guy was so cute, too. I mean, if you looked at this guy, this is what I was talking about earlier, where if you're inside versus outside the matrix. If you looked at this guy, you would say, what a just beautiful young man. And you would think, boy, I bet you he's living the dream. You would say, I bet you that guy is living the dream. That's what most people would think. But I looked at him and I go, that guy is not living the dream. Because he just sat here, oh yeah, what's your question? She even goes, early on, she goes, he let her decide what drinks to order. She said, well, I want wine, and she ordered 2 glasses of the same wine. 2 glasses. He let her order the wine. She shook his hand at the end of the date. They shook hands. I'll give you a little tip. If you're on a first date, 1, don't let her order the drink. 2, I don't give out relationship tips usually. Why? Because then it attracts a bad crowd. So this is a rare tip. Rare tip. If you're a guy and you're on a date with a girl, you always order a different drink. Why? Pop quiz. If you're a guy, why do you always order a different drink than the girl that you're dating with? And I'm sure this is true of gay guys too, but with gay guys, you don't need as much game, you know, because it's just men smashing. Here's why. You're never going to guess. No. Here's why you order different drinks. Oh, hey, what are you drinking? Oh, here's what I'm drinking. Oh, hey, try my drink. Hey, let me try your drink. See? You're trying each other's drinks. You're already building rapport. You're already sharing. You're building rapport. You're becoming less afraid of germs or whatever, right? So that is like basic. You're already like, oh, hey, try my drink. What do you think? Oh, yeah, this is good. You're already connecting, right? So this cute little boy, not his little boy, he's 26, you know. Got to be careful now. It'll be like, oh, you're talking about underage boys. No, he's 26, but when you're my age, 26 is a boy. He's ordering the same wine that she ordered. You know, unbelievable. So that's why I think it's funny is people probably look at that guy and they think that guy's living the dream, and I can tell you that guy's not living the dream. Hit the like button if you want me to take some calls. If you want me to take some reader calls. So Jeff is saying you can't let her make all decisions. Dudes need to have to plan, be decisive, be flexible. Okay, right. Here's the thing with women. Here's the thing with men. Women, they don't want to be bossed around, but they want to be led. And that is a fine line that most men have struggled with because you can't talk like this. You're a sexist, you're a misogynist. People are like, oh, you're sexist. You're saying that women don't want to be in charge. No. But they don't want to be bossed around either. It's a fine line. So women, they basically want you to lead them without you bossing them around. So then how do you do it? Well, you say, here's what we're going to do, and then you just kind of let them push back. Right? Meet me here, 7 p.m. Meet me here at 7 p.m. Here's the way, you know, I haven't set up dates in a while. Here's the way that I would have dates set up. Meet me 7 p.m. this bar, Tuesday night. Meet me for drinks. No question mark, no will you go. They like it. And if they can't make it, then they'll say, oh, I can't make it then, but I can, and they'll counteroffer. They won't just say, I can't make it. But if you're with a woman and you're texting her, you know, hey, do you want to go this? What do you like to do? No, you got to lead the way. And then if they're busy, then they'll tell you they're busy. But usually they're thrilled. They're tired of men saying, where do you want to go? What do you like? Did you have an orgasm? They hate that stuff. It's a mess. We got a caller from California. How you doing?
Hello?
How you doing?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, buddy.
Hey, Mike. Who has the toughest job in Trump's cabinet?
The toughest job in Trump's cabinet would be probably Sessions, man.
I'm saying that Sessions has the toughest job in the entire cabinet. He has to single-handedly take down the most corrupt criminal enterprise, maybe in modern history, maybe all time.
Yeah, I agree. I actually answered your question before you answered it. So, yeah, Jeff Sessions.
Yeah, so.
Definitely.
I just don't know if he has the backbone to do it, because
Sessions,
he's working behind the scenes or what.
No, Sessions has the courage to do it, but man, these guys, they gotta do a lot, you know?
Yeah, because this isn't some small operation. These people are serious. They're not going to go down without a fight.
Well, and they're entrenched. They're entrenched. is a problem. They're definitely entrenched. Yeah, it's tough, man. But what they need to do is they need to go after Antifa, and we've definitely been in touch with people. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, like we're still waiting on charges on Anthony Weiner. Where are those charges?
Exactly. Anthony Weiner is a pedophile, and he had child pornography. He should be in prison.
So these charges need to be brought up.
I agree, sir. Thank you for your call.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's right. Tough times for Jeff Sessions. Mike, are you one of the Proud Boys? I'm pro Proud Boy, but I'm not really part of any movement, because then if people do things illegal, then it gets blamed on me. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, and I'll keep taking calls. Miami, Florida, how you doing?
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
We're living the dream, man. How are you?
I'm great. You know, it's spring break over here, and it's been pretty slow.
Excellent. So what's on your mind?
Huh?
What's on your mind?
Not much. I was just watching your show, and I was really enthused about it. I could really resonate with the stories you were telling. It kind of felt like I was in that situation.
Well, thank you. You're very shy, aren't you?
Yeah. Of course I am.
Right. You're shy. Be less shy.
I've always been kind of introverted and shy. Yeah.
Well, thanks for your call, sir.
Thank you.
Nice guy. No, he's just shy, guys. Come on. You guys gotta be. I'm a more sympathetic person. He's shy. Don't say mean things about him. Don't be mean about him. To him, to a shy person, calling in took a lot of effort. So we're very supportive around here. Look, we got enough enemies. We got enough enemies out there. We're not going to make fun of each other. He's shy. He made a call. That is a big step, guys. Because life is you got to take steps. So I am fully supportive of shy callers. All right. Charleston, South Carolina. How you doing?
Good, Mike.
You're cracking out, my friend. You're breaking up.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me better?
Yep. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Feeling good. Enjoying the show. Appreciate you getting on there again like you did, man. That's the big thing that I'm seeing with Trump and them. What they need to do is they got to get their own people in there, because we're just getting butchered from all different angles.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's going on with that. You're right. You're right. All right. Do you guys you want to say anything else, or you want me to talk? I'll let you pick.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the caller makes a good point, which is we need more of our people in Trump's White House. What is happening? The background checks are getting jammed up. So if you're a pro-Trump guy, you need to get a security clearance. You need to get a background check. What Deep State is doing is they're not approving your background check. That's why Trump doesn't have more of his people in there. So it is going to take at least a year for Trump to have a fully... That's why it's amazing that Trump has been so productive. It is going to be at least a year before Trump has a full team. And that is because Deep State is jamming us up with the background checks and everything and screwing it up.
Huh.
Yeah. So...
Makes sense.
Yep, that's the issue.
Hopefully we stretch out long enough so you can send it off.
Well, that's why we gotta realize we gotta fight Paul Ryan and this joke of a health care bill, which is a disgrace, you know. So I agree.
Graham here in the state of South Carolina, for sure.
Exactly, and we gotta get the right people in. Thanks for your call.
Yeah.
Hamilton, Ohio, how you doing?
Doing pretty well, Mike. I'm thinking I'll take a trip out, go offline for a while, maybe a month.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any places that you think should be avoided?
In what regard?
Oh, well, in the regard of likelihood of being murdered.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm a big fan of if you want to go off the grid. If you want to go off the grid, then go to a silent retreat. So it's a new thing now. You can go to a silent retreat where nobody brings cell phones, but you're still around other people, but you're not talking to each other. So if I were going to go off the grid, I would go to one of those silent meditation retreats where you're off the grid. But if you go into the woods by yourself, who knows? Who knows? If I went to the woods by myself, man, they'd probably track me down. So I like the idea of a silent meditation retreat. It's a great way to go offline. It's a great way to decompress. But you're still in a public area where weird things like that won't befall you.
All right, yeah, I was actually just imagining going out to the woods, but...
Exactly.
All right, I'll look into that. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks for the call. Yeah, if you want to disconnect from the internet, silent meditation retreats are the truth. Hey, we got a caller from Washington. How you doing?
Great, Mike. Good to hear your voice. A couple things. First one, how about a tweet storm directed at Trump for a full pardon for Kyle, or Stickman?
Okay, Stickman is charged under state law, and the president can only pardon people who are charged with federal crimes. So Trump doesn't have the power to even pardon him because it's a state crime.
Fair enough.
That's why, because I saw that petition going around, and the reason I haven't tweeted that petition is because Kyle Chapman, he isn't charged with federal crimes. He's charged with state crimes. So because of that, you'd have to get the governor to do it. But I think he has a strong case for self-defense. He now has a massive legal budget. So Kyle is bailed out of jail, which was $5,000 it cost him. The We Searcher crowd fund is at $68,000. So he can hire preeminent criminal defense counsel in San Francisco. I think that the charges will be either dismissed or he'll get a very, very, very light deal, maybe involving a little bit of community service. But I don't foresee him being convicted of any serious charges.
Good deal. Other question was, how about we work to get Trump on Gab and off Twitter?
Yeah, it's a tough sell. If Trump... Here's the weird thing with Trump. And by the way, Gab.ai is a free speech alternative to Twitter. For those of you who don't know, Gab.ai, free speech alternative to Twitter. I have a Gab account. So Trump can't go there because he'll be branded as kind of alt-right. So he can't make the move just yet. But if Trump did move to Gab, then everybody would have to move to Gab to follow Trump, and then it would make Gab super duper relevant overnight. So that would be a great thing to have happen. I don't foresee that happening in the near future, but if Twitter did ban Trump and then Trump moved to Gab, then everybody in media would have to go to Gab, and then Gab would become a major player in social media overnight. That's one reason Twitter is careful with how they treat Trump, because Twitter would not be bigger without Trump. It would almost certainly be much smaller.
Well, man, I appreciate what you do. Keep fighting the good fight. You matter.
Thanks for the call. You matter too. You all matter. All of us matter. Thank you for the call. Good group of callers. Good group of callers. You matter. Everybody watching this matters. In fact, Mike, how does the gorilla mindset apply to gay men? Well, if you've read Gorilla Mindset, you would know that women read Gorilla Mindset. It applies to everybody. Because there's nothing... The way I actually know if people have read Gorilla Mindset, there's nothing in Gorilla Mindset about dating, relationships, or any of that. Gorilla mindset is about more self-confidence, more emotional control, which if you have, that will apply to every area of your life. For example, if you have gorilla mindset, then you're going to be less nervous around beautiful women, pretty girls, if you're gay, around hot men. Likewise,
beautiful women.
Speaking of beautiful women.
Okay. Should I keep this?
Yeah, keep it. Looks good. Okay. You're also going to be more comfortable. Open the door. He wants out. You're also going to be more confident in business. The media attacks you. Won't really matter. So it depends. Depends. Should I take a couple more reader calls? It applies to teenage daughters. She liked it. Exactly. So a lot of my market is directed towards men, but women love it too. All right, hit the like button and we'll take more calls. I like to keep these at about an hour. So if you hit the like button and I get to 500 likes, then I'll take the call. Oh, Milo has a lot of big things going on, but I can't tell you what. So Milo, I would like to buy the book rights to Milo's book. For sure. Milo, yeah, Milo has a lot going on, though. Don't get me wrong. Big announcements from Milo coming in 2 weeks, actually. In 2 weeks, you're going to hear real... Yeah, Milo's not out of the game. Come on, guys. But I can't tell you what he's going to do because... But don't worry. Big, big, big plans coming from Milo. All right. You want to call? I'll take some calls. We hit 500. We hit 500 likes. 1-866-438-1487. 866-438-1487. Go ahead and call. Hey, we got a caller from California. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Mike? It's Bake Alaska. How are you?
How you doing, dude?
Yeah, pretty good. How are you?
You hear?
We got 2 people on here.
I know. I'm running a conference call. I need to get a soundboard. Okay, cool. Yeah, but you're on speakerphone at a conference call. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to say real quick, dude, you've been doing a great job covering all this. I really appreciate your work, especially now with Vault 7 coming out today. You are one of the only people, you and Alex Jones, have been talking about how the government is spying on us, about the Michael Hastings thing, about, your TVs and all that, all the surveillance. So I just want to say I appreciate you, and you were right on, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks, buddy. Keep doing your thing, It's important to have a lot of voices out there on social media. That's what most people really don't get is that fake news, CNN, I don't know, has CNN talked about Vault 7 yet? Last I heard, they hadn't talked about it. I don't know if maybe they...
No
right?
One's covering it.
If people aren't... The only time that fake news will talk about it is if we make it so big on social media that they have to talk about it. So very important to have people on social media spread memes, amplifying the message, getting it out. That's the only way people wake up. And then the longer it takes CNN to cover this important story, the worse they look and the better we look. So thanks for your call. Thanks for your work, good sir. Jay Taper won't even mention it. And make sure if you guys are on social media, respectfully be like, hey.
Also shout out.
Why
I want to shout out Researcher for doing such a good job with Base Stick Man, and they're really leading the way to be the next GoFundMe, and and Gab and all the alt tech is doing. Alternative technology is doing a great job, and we do need that. So
parallel institutions. You need, GoFundMe. Here's the thing. GoFundMe they banned Brittany Pettibone. I mean, of all people to ban, Brittany Pettibone is an author. She wanted to raise like $500 for a podcasting thing, right? Nice. I've met her in real life a couple times. I don't see how anybody can have a problem. She was banned from GoFundMe. She wanted to raise like $500 just for a podcasting thing, and they banned her because she was I don't know what they called her, a hate criminal or something. It's weird. So we do need we do need more parallel institutions, more platforms like WeSearcher. That's why I was a big early supporter of WeSearcher. Very important for people to support that work.
Yeah. All right, take care, Mike.
Thanks for the call. Have a good one.
Right.
Yeah, we need parallel institutions for sure. We definitely need parallel institutions. Hi, we got a caller from Maryland. How you doing?
Hey, Mike. No disrespect to Shauna, but if I was 20 years younger and you were single, you'd be in trouble.
Hey.
I'm a woman, and I have been following you, and I've just, I haven't gotten Gorilla Mindset yet, but just in hearing your podcast, I just feel like it's really helped me, and I figured, I know it's kind of directed towards men, but I've just used some of the concepts that you talk about, and I can already kind of feel a difference. And plus, I'm a total Trump supporter. I went to CPAC and I saw a speech, and I've just been inspired by what's going on. And I want to do more. I want to get involved more somehow. I basically, just post articles. The articles from Breitbart and some of your stuff on my Facebook page, and I try to talk to as many people as I can. But I just want to say thank you, and that I'm really enjoying your podcast, and that I'm going to pick up Girl Mindset, and just want to kind of do more of the stuff.
MAGA meetups is the next important iteration of what we're doing. That is why. Here's what I hear from people. By the way, thank you for the compliments. Thank you for the kind words. A lot of people don't know I have a whole podcast with like 150 episodes that is only about mindset, living your life, and success in business. There's a whole parallel institution to this Mike Cernovich stuff where a lot of people only think that I do politics or Trump stuff, but there's a whole bunch of stuff but the podcast, I don't talk about politics. The podcast is only how to live a better life, how to have business success, how to improve your emotions, all that, right? All that, and it's definitely a thing that most people don't know, and it's important to listen to the podcast. The next iteration in our movement is MAGA meetups, because here's the number one question I get. People go, Mike, I want to get more involved. I want to do more. How do you do it, right? Well, that's the thing with MAGA meetups, is once we get people meeting up in real life, then the magic is going to go from there. So my advice to you would be go to the hashtag MAGA meetups, and it's plural. Twitter has been auto-correcting it with a typo, because that's what they do. MAGA-MEETUPS, MAGA meetups, and just say, hey, I'm interested in hosting a MAGA meetup. DM with each other on Twitter. Be careful. Be street smart. Don't just give your personal information out willy-nilly. I'll only meet in a Starbucks. You gotta, the smart, street smart always applies. But this is, once we have people in every city meeting in MAGA meetups, right? Then you won't believe what's next after that. Then in 2018, we might be able to get rid of Paul Ryan. But that's the important thing, MAGA meetups. That's one thing you can do.
Well, how can I find out about when you're having an event and maybe possibly get to it?
Yeah, so it's a weird thing. My events sell out so quickly that I usually only just do like a couple of tweets because they sell out real quickly. And the reason behind that is my cohort, Jeff Giese, and I are not professional party planners. So when we plan an event, it's usually impromptu. But we're going to get a big event. We want to do a big event this summer, and where like 5,000 people can show up. So that'll be the tip is, and when we have a big event, you'll have a lot more notice. You won't have to wait. It won't be like 24 hours and then you either answer in 24 hours or you don't. So we definitely want to plan a big event. But in the meantime, MAGA meetups, very important.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you for the call. Okay, so I got message about Based Stickman. Breaking news. Kyle's court was scheduled for 2 p.m. today. So he doesn't really know. Okay, so I might have to talk to Kyle. Okay. So Kyle, okay, so we got to get Kyle a lawyer. All right, so Base Stick Man, we got to get him set up with a lawyer. We gotta get him set up. Hey Jeff, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you, man?
Good, dude. Mute the YouTube. We got Jeff, my co-host, cohort, partner in crime, Jeff Giese. How you doing?
What's up, everyone?
Life's good.
I figured if they can call in, then I can too.
Exactly.
Yeah, and by the way, he's doing some pretty cool news videos, so if you guys get the chance, check those out.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with Baked Alaska. What people learn about me, you know, we might have a little bit of drama. But I don't linger. I don't linger on drama because, remember, the Buddha said, anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. So you have a little drama, but I move on. A lot of people don't move on and they're still butthurt months later, weeks later. You know, I'm not going to, get into all the people who they just can't get over things, but I get over it fast. Because why? You got to move forward.
Yeah, I don't think Baked is like that. And in fact, my new motto is you do you, I'll do me.
Exactly.
And let's just all be cool. But yeah, I thought I'd just call in and chat about events because it sounded like people were interested in that. So would it be helpful just to sort of outline some of the ideas we've kicked around?
Great idea. So right now we have, we did the Deplorable, we did the Bull Moose Party, and we want to do a big event. So let's talk about it. What would a big event look like? What would Jeff do? What would I do? You the people, what do you want to see? So type in, what would you want to attend an event with me and other people there? Who would you want to see there? And what would you want that event to look like? And by the way, the mindset tip, Gorilla Mindset Tip live. This is how you plan your own life. Your whole life is, a life vision is mindset is, what do I want to see my own life like? So in a way, you're doing a mindset mastermind meeting right now in real time. All right, Jeff, all you.
Yeah, and so, Mike mentioned MAGA meetups, which you persuaded, and it seems like there's a ton of interest in it. I think the challenge on that is just following through. And one of the challenges with these events is just keeping it super organic and from the community, and then at the same time actually making sure it happens. So I think one of the things that we maybe need to think about on that is how to follow through and get those moving. And there was actually a woman I met at the Bull Moose Party who wanted to project manage something like that. So maybe somebody like her from the community can be a project manager and then set in motion and then just coordinate with regional people and just help them organize their own MAGA meetups in their own cities. And then I think we should definitely do one in Washington here at the Trump Hotel. That bar is awesome. So I think that's one of the challenges with MAGA meetups is keeping it organic and from the community, and actually on the one hand, and then actually following through and organizing it on the other. So if there are people, among your listeners who want to do a MAGA meetup in your own city or who have ideas for how to make it happen, let us know and get in touch because we need that kind of help. We're not always the best at getting things done, and it's like Mike said, we're not professional party planners. In terms of big events, some of the things that we've talked about is it sounds like the Gateway Pundit guys are thinking about an alternative to the Correspondence Dinner. So that sounds kind of cool. I thought it was cheesy at first, the idea of doing a cruise. I thought it was like that's what National Review people do. But when we actually floated the idea out there, people seemed really interested in a cruise. Because there's just such a hunger for community. And then people are like, yeah, we should do it in Mexico. That'd be amazing. Maybe we can even get the Mexico consul on it and, have all these wall metaphors. So that's another idea. Curious if people are interested. And then the third one we talked about was kind of like destination event. Think of it like a social media CPAC. CPAC sounds kind of lame, but like a CPAC meets South by Southwest for the Trump social media brigade, where it's like, hey, let's go to Las Vegas. It's a couple days long, and then maybe it has some structure, but it also is like an unconference where people can propose their own thing. So those are some of the different ideas we talked about. And then the other thing, Mike, are you there?
I'm listening. I'm listening attentively.
Yeah, and then the other thing, which is like, I think one of the challenges in this movement is there's no real people or policy ecosystem. We're building it from the ground up. And money can corrupt movements, and yet you also need money for movements to grow. And there are a lot of people, as you know, Mike, who've come to us and been like, hey, I want to support this. How can I support this? And we've all turned them away because we're not really...
There's nowhere to send us money. That's the whole thing that cracks me up is people try to be like, oh, Cernovich is just about the money. It's a money grab. And I'm like, dude, people try to give me money, and I'm like, I don't know, PayPal or Bitcoin. There's no P.O. box. There's no, like, infrastructure. It's such a joke, the bizarro conspiracy theories.
I think there's an opportunity, though, there to think about. And so if people have ideas about how to make that work, because there's definitely need. So there's an opportunity to do, like, a retreat for people who are interested in funding different things and strategizing. I think there's an opportunity also to, like, just create... maybe turn MAGA 3X or the next iteration of it into a membership organization. Not membership, but like where the people, the community just funds it enough to sustain like one full-time person or something. So that kind of thing is that's something we talk about as well.
Yeah, so for those of you at home trying to catch up, so Jeff and I, we talk a lot, and Jeff and I have very different styles of work. And it's a good partnership, but here's the way. Me, I'm just like, run with it. Just run with it. And Jeff is more of an operational guy. Operations, do we have things planned? Do we have things dialed up? So the regional meetups are a great idea. I go, hey, let's just do MAGA meetups, right? Well, true, but we should have a coordinated website. We should have an email list. We should have some kind of thing so that people can keep in touch. So what I'm doing is I want to build an app. I want to build an app, get an app built, and then the app can coordinate everybody around and say if there's a meetup near you. And yeah, for a big event, we would have to hire like an event planner or outsource that kind of thing. And that is one thing I do like about the cruise thing is I'm real big into, see, we already have somebody who can do the app security. There you go. So I'm real big into turnkey, right? I just want to do, here's what you need to do, here's where you need to go. But I don't like to think about details. I don't like to think about how many cocktail napkins that we're going to have. I don't even like to think about budget. I just like to say, here's an event, let's go. Now, for smaller events, you can do that. But when you have like a big event, you can't really do that because then you have to worry about budgeting. And this is the kind of stuff that drives Jeff crazy about me because I'm just like, all right, let's just go, we'll do it. And he goes, what about this, what about this, what about this? And I'm going, we'll just respond to it, you know. So you need to kind of be in the middle. You need to take action.
It's actually good crazy because I think it's good, like, I think the good lesson there for your listeners is having a collaboration partner and just working with others is always better than doing it on your own. You don't want to do everything by committee. That can really slow you down and be lame. But having somebody that compliments you, like Mike was saying, like, he's great. Like, if it were me, I'd be sitting around the sidelines, like, should we do this? And I would never make a decision. He just sends the freaking tweet, and then the next thing we know, where it's like, I guess we're doing that. and then it's like, well, how are we going to make that happen? And then we just kind of figure it out. So it's complementary. And like one example with that app that you mentioned, like the other day, Mike was like, he came back from Silicon Valley, San Francisco. He's like, I want to build an app. And I was like, rolling my eyes, like everybody who comes back from Silicon Valley, you know, app's the solution for everything. But I was like, actually it sounds like a really cool idea. But what are we trying to accomplish? Let me chew on it. And so I haven't told you this, Mike, but I did a little bit of competitive research. And just looking at apps that are out there that are in this space that we could examples for us or whatever. Like there's one called Countable to check out. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Countable? Yeah, if you go to Countable, looks pretty cool actually. GetCountable.com. Yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah. So, yeah, the app thing would be multiple because everything we're doing, here's life tip. You want to think about where you want to be and you want to work your way backwards. My real agenda, which I've always told you, is in 2018, I want to get rid of all of these people like Paul Ryan. Now, I don't think we'll actually be able to get rid of Paul Ryan, but I think we could get rid of Jeff Flake. So how do you take a midterm election and win it? Well, you win it through the power of community. Voters, grassroots organizations. So MAGA meetups can actually become a form of political action. So the same way with an app. Imagine you get out your phone and it pulls up the app and it tells you, is the congressman in your district a cuck, right? Is he anti-Trump? Well, the app will tell you. So as the elections come in, we now have an information network, and you can say, oh, okay, this guy is actually an anti-Trump guy. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to vote for him, right? So there's a lot of things we can do. But yeah, then I think we need a big event though. So April 29th is like because Lucian got a hold of me. I've not been blowing him off, but I just haven't replied. I've just lost track of things, lost track of my schedule.
Mike, let me throw something out. I'm curious what the community thinks about this. You know, so another thing we talked about is the MAGA 3X was really a pop-up grassroots brand for the election, right? For getting out the vote. Many people were a part of it. And then, you know, after Trump won, it was like, you know, it did the Deplore ball. And now the brand, you know, one of the things we want to do, we're not sure exactly where to go with it, to be honest. So we need to either retire the brand or rebrand it as something else. So that's another thing. So if people in the community have feedback or input on where to go with that, I mean, maybe it's something really grassroots-ish, like MAGA 3X, or maybe it's something that's a little bit more, you know, now that we're governing or Trump's governing, maybe it's a little bit more like policy-oriented, where we're actually like whipping up support for different candidates and policy ideas and that sort of thing. So not quite think tanky, but I don't know, think tank. So I'm really curious what the community thinks about that, where we should go with it, and what we should do with that brand.
Yeah, exactly. Great question. So, as always, if you guys have ideas, just let us know. Good talking to you, Jeff.
All right, I'm going to hang up. Okay, bye.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. That's the whole point. You know, there's a lot of things that Jeff and I talk about every day. That's why we got to build the infrastructure. I don't like to build infrastructure, but we have to do it, right? We have to have people managing things. We have to have people coordinating things. Ugh, I'm getting triggered. Working with other people triggers me. All right, we have a couple more callers, and then we're going to get going. Albuquerque, New Mexico, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm in New Jersey, actually.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
Listen, I wanted to run something by you, and I want your opinion on this that's relevant here in the United States. In Europe, we're seeing an influx of Islamic inversion. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but recently on YouTube and other social media sites, we're seeing a lot of videos of guys pleading their men to come and serve them. But what we've had over the past couple of years, probably 30 years, is a bunch of feminist dogma and, you know, all kinds of denigrating of white men. And, you know, we're designed to come in and protect our women. And we will come in and rescue them eventually. But if we are to do this, there need to be new rules, in my opinion. All this taking our children and our houses, divorcing us, denigrating us, it's got to stop. This beating up on a white man has to stop. So I just wanted to see what you have to say about that, and if it has any relevance here in New Jersey. And in the United States,
Gotcha.
in general.
Yep, thanks for the call. Right, yeah, the issue is that an attack on men is how you destroy the culture. Think about this, right? Think about this. Women are now so desperate for some kind of masculinity that they are bowing down to Muslims. They're becoming Muslim because they're so desperate for some kind of male affection, some kind of masculinity. But people, here's a weird thing. Here's a weird thing that people don't get. Life is about balance, right? You got to have the masculine, you got to have the feminism. America is too feminized, but the Middle East is too masculinized, right? You have to find that kind of balance, and right now the balance is out of whack. So the way it is now, Western men are so feminized that in Sweden, women are getting raped and they don't even want to talk about it because they're afraid of being called a racist. That's how bad it is, right? But if you're going over to the Middle East, I've been to the Middle East. What they will tell you about honor killing and unaccompanied women, groping, you'll never hear this in the fake news media. But if you import that kind of culture to America, then you're going to the other extreme. You're going to the extreme where women are just to be groped and attacked and everything. But if you go to where we are in the West, where you completely attack men and becomes feminized, then it's a mess too. It's all by design. It's all by design. Life is always about balance. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Mike Cernovich, DangerPlay.com, Gorilla Mindset. Be sure to like this. I think we can get 600 likes. So before we go, click the like button. Let's get 600. The YouTube channel is building up. I told you that you can watch me build a platform in real time, which is interesting, right? I told you I'm building up the YouTube channel. People always go, Mike, how do I build up a YouTube channel? I said, well, you got to do it every day. Might not be for an hour, but you should do it 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. So if you go look at my early, well, remember when I started doing the live stream? When I first started doing these live streams, I would only get 100 people watching live. Today we had 700 people live, right? So we're building it up. So when I started the YouTube, I didn't go, well, I'm only getting a few hundred people watching my thing. No, I said, cool, we're building it up. That's where people go wrong. People think, oh, I'm starting a platform. I only got a couple people reading it. Great, that's how everybody starts. A couple people. And then you grow, and you grow, and you grow, and you grow, and you grow. And then you get bigger. And you keep growing, keep doing it, and it'll be better. So thanks for tuning in. Mike Cernovich, DangerPlay.com, Gorilla Mindset. Hit the like button and then hit the subscribe button and the little bell. And we'll have better ones all the time. Talk to you soon.